back. We say Moonkloud Entertainment started back in 1999. I graduated high school in '96, and I went to college in Musicians Institute of Technology in Hollywood, California. And after going to school there, I came back to Homer and thought it would be a good place to start playing music. Moved into a property on Kilcher Road and started the record label. Uh, Went online, filled out the paperwork, paid the fee, got the business license in the mail, got a couple of books that help supplement my education as far as music business and stuff like that, and then dropped like $3 grand on a computer. I've been a hardcore Cubase fanatic for years. I love the software. I was using Cubase like 4.0 when it came out, and we're up to Cubase 11, and I've been using them extensively the whole time, and I'm just, oh my god, that stuff's awesome, what you can do with it. Eventually I sat back and I typed out a 24-page recording contract, just kind of a template for what I felt that I could offer for people, and then I hit town and started looking for people that I felt might fit that contract and I might be able to help out. And I ran into an individual named John Borter, and he had an idea to do some music, and his idea was to be this artist that he'd come up with by the name of Beethoven. The idea was Beethoven. It was like Beethoven and Satan kind of crossed together. Kind of a theme that kind of goes back with old school rock and roll with Led Zeppelin and those other bands, where you have a hard element and a soft element. Led Zeppelin, Beethoven being Beethoven, and Satan, and like Moonkloud is moon and cloud. So there's a hard element and a soft element together, and the idea is that you're putting something for the men in there, and you're also got something for the females. So it's a bit masculine and feminine in both the titles, and that's kind of a theme for rock and roll, and they do that so that you can bring in the ladies but provide something for the men too. So that's kind of how it works. I brought John into the studio, or Beethoven as we call them, and we started recording, and he's like, well, how does this work? And I explained to him, I'll throw together a drum track and I'll mix it for you and all that, and you just play like the guitar lines, and then we'll go back over it and we'll work on some lyrics, and that's kind of how we did his project. And then we went on and did a photo shoot and put the whole process together, and then we brought in other musicians on board as well. The next artist that came along was Dusty, and Dusty, we were going to do like a hip hop thing, but Dusty didn't have any idea how to do anything. So the only way to make his project work was for me to do all the music and do everything, and for him to just write the lyrics. So I was like, all right, maybe this will work. So, and it did. It was an interesting project. I learned a lot about how to do a lot of things in the background with both of these projects, and it was a great educational thing to go through, because you can learn all you want in books, but once you start actually doing stuff, it makes a huge difference. And then finally, the last artist to come along was Nevadis. Nevadis is Timothy Swift, and Timothy Swift was somebody I went to high school with and was familiar with, but didn't have contact with at the time. And John knew of him and was a friend of his, and he decided, he's like, hey, why don't you meet this guy and check it out? And I met with him, and he was like, well, I'm going to do like a heavy metal type of a thing. And I thought, okay, 2 heavy metal artists and like a hip hop and like a full kind of a rock artist for 4 artists for the label sounded like a good idea. So that was kind of the idea we were going with, and I kind of approached each project independently, individually, and then came back and kind of fine-tuned everything from doing John's album, learning how to do all the different things all the way through production, and doing all the various aspects of things you have to do to launch the artist. So we were doing signing up on websites and doing all this promotion and stuff, and slowly but surely people started picking up on it, and it worked out. One of the things that I did learn through doing all this for these other people is that by helping them out, I wasn't able to focus on myself enough. So that was one of the things that I kind of felt got neglected, considering I was doing all this for myself, but I was trying to do music for others to help bring more people into the project. And what I found after doing this for 20 years is if I had just focused on myself, I'd have been just fine. I didn't need those other people. So that's where we're at now.